Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Jay Barry here, and I'm back with another video here to talk about some Final Fantasy 16. So yes, this is going to be a rare video that I'm going to be doing because I want to get my thoughts, cemented, planted when it comes to the recent news, the recent update of Final Fantasy 16. For those that don't know, I'm super excited for this game. For the first trailer that was shown at that PlayStation conference, we was losing our minds over there, seeing that we're getting Final Fantasy 16 a trailer with gameplay. It was like a 3-minute trailer, or like almost close to like a 4-minute trailer, where we got some story aspects, we got some gameplay. And yeah, man, this is being produced by Yoshi P. I'm super excited for this, just knowing that this game is going to be in good care. But recently we got some news about Final Fantasy 16, so we're going to talk about it, man. But in this video, we're going to talk about the recent news, break it down, but also give like the timelines that has been going down when it comes to this game, and why my thoughts on this game is, as far as the release date, how it is. But like I said, it's going to be a rare video that I'm going to be doing, but I just wanted to get my thoughts cemented, planted, structured, to archive it, you know what I mean? So I can come back and be like, yep, you see what I told you guys right here? But what is good, guys, man? Appreciate it coming through. It's not going to be a super long video. It depends if people want to come in and give their thoughts. I will allow that, but let me just give these thoughts out real quick. Yo, Gian, what's up, man? Gian Don, what's good? Corel Anchor, what's up, man? He said, yo, thank you, go to Yoshi P for bringing Jay Barry back to us, if only temporarily. Hey, yo, Gian, what's good, man? All right, so let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. So recently, we got news of Final Fantasy 16, especially from Audrey, where Yoshi P had a recent interview. I think it was on Famitsu. He had a recent interview on Famitsu. Just telling us the progress of what's going down with the game. And Audrey had the update up here as far as like the translation. Just get to her page. And she had she had the translations up as far as what Yoshi P is talking about, and where the game is standing right now. So we got really good news from it. Which when I saw the news, I am not surprised by what's going on, because like I said, I'm looking at everything this man has been saying, and I'm looking at the timelines, and I'm looking at him like, okay, this guy is speaking a certain way, but everybody wants to ignore it. But not me, you know what I mean? Yo, Gian say, yo, got the man Jay Bar to speak about Final Fantasy this early in the morning. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I was gonna do it in the week, but I was like, let me wait till the weekend to really speak on it. But like I said, my opinions is always gonna be controversial. Just due to the fact, you know what I mean? Like when I make a prediction, I go out there. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, sugarcoat anything, or play the 50-50 line. When I make a prediction, is 100%. This is what I think. You know what I mean? If it doesn't pan out, then I take the L. If it pans out, then I'm gonna pop off. You know what I mean? Like I was telling Persona yesterday. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, they play that 50-50 line so they don't look like, they don't look bad out here if their prediction is wrong or whatnot. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. If I make a prediction and it's wrong, it's wrong. Who gives a fuck? It's game, it's prediction. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be cool in front of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I make a prediction, that's it. You know what I mean? Take it or leave it. You're gonna have to hold it. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to hold it. Yo, Chuck, what's good, bro? Yo, Chuck, you up early in the morning, man. You know what I mean? But I don't like the 50-50 line. Like, yeah, it could come out, but then it couldn't come out. But then I think it could come out this year, but I'm thinking it also can come out this year. And then whatever the news fall on, they're like, yeah, see, I told you. Nah, that's not a prediction. That's just, you know what I mean? You're being coy. You're being 50-50. You're trying to mix people up with it. You know what I mean? But like when I do a prediction, it's my 10 toes down. This is what I think. That's it. You know what I mean? Yo, Afro Punk, what's good, man? To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised to see it drop in December. Yo, you're gonna see me break it down on why I think the release date is gonna be around that time. But let me just share the timelines real quick, right? Let me give the recent news here, where Audrey is right here, you know, translating the oops, I turned the wrong thing off. Translating the recent interviews, and here she said, Yoshi P says that Final Fantasy is already in its final stages of development, and he says the story is very well fleshed out. His comment on the release date, the release of Final Fantasy 35th anniversary, the Uniqlo magazine, and here's the full translation. So let's get into the full translation. But I'm going to be telling you guys that he's been already saying that the game has been in its final you know, stages of development. There's one update where he said that they're doing the translations for the game, like they're working on the, you know, the translations of the game and all that, so the localizations. And then the next update, like a couple of months later, he said that they're working on bug fixes. And then in December they said like, yo, when they're not ready to show it yet. When they show it, they're gonna show it in spring and all that stuff. Sorry. But he been very upfront as far as how the game has been going. Yo, Viper Reap, what's good, man? I don't care when it drops. I'll be there to catch it. Yo, facts. But all right, let's get into this his comments here. He said, we're in the final stages of development for the numbered game in the series Final Fantasy XVI. We aim to deliver a comprehensive game full of story and gameplay. Unlike an online game that involves many players at the same time, Final Fantasy XVI offers a different experience where it focuses on an individual player and immerses you in the story. So, you know, they're just pretty much saying it's a single player game because he's noted, he's regarded for, you know, FF14. So that he's pretty much trying to say that, hey, this is the game that I'm producing. This has nothing to do with online, like, you know, the other game that I'm a director or producer for. This is something different. This is the next numbered game, Final Fantasy 16. Don't get it confused, right? I think it's a very fleshed out story. For those who have grown up and realized the reality isn't kind to you and have drifted away from Final Fantasy, we hope Final Fantasy 16 will be a game that can bring you back anew the passion that you once had with the series. So he pretty much talking about 15, yo. I don't care what nobody said. He is talking about 15. He probably talking about 13 as well, with all the little breakdowns of 13, which I think 13 is the original game. 13 is underrated in my opinion. Yes, the support cast in my opinion was kind of weak, but Lightning as a character is pretty cool. The gameplay in Final Fantasy 13 was amazing in my opinion. Just a few things that they could have panned out and fleshed out that could have made that game like a masterpiece in my opinion. But I do agree with some of the criticisms as far as, like, you know, it not really opening up until super late. Dialogue can be stale. You know, exploration can be stale. But when it comes down to like boss battles and gameplay and all that other stuff, I think Final Fantasy is definitely one of the ones up there in my opinion. Yo, King Kisa, what's good, man? 13 has one of the best ATB systems. Yeah, I agree. 13 gameplay wise was amazing. Where it had like the what they called it, where you can like segment people in different like squads. I forgot the system that you call it. You can just easily switch it out. I thought that joint was amazing. Gameplay wise, but story just didn't hit. No different than like 15. I think 15 gameplay was like really good, but story, it ain't hit with me. Yeah, paradigm shift. There you go. Thank you, Afropunk. That paradigm shift was amazing in my opinion, man, because it really had you strategizing some of these boss battles, yo, where you had to like, okay, I gotta switch here. Let me try to debuff this boss if I paradigm shift to, you know, these set characters, and then okay, let me go and get the optimal damage. Let me paradigm shift. It was amazing, man. It was amazing. I love the battle system of that game. But here he's talking about, yeah, he mentioned gameplay here, but he's focusing home on building a concrete story. You know what I mean? Like, he's focusing home here. This is very key here of what he's saying. He's saying right here, Final Fantasy 16 offers a different experience where it focuses on the individual player, immerses you in the story. I think it's a very fleshed out story for those who have grown up and realized that that reality isn't kind to you, and have drifted away from Final Fantasy. Hope that Final Fantasy 16, the game, can bring back a new passion, the passion. I think they added the here. I don't think they need the. You know, you could just bring back a new passion that you once had with the series. So Ravager and Tank. Yeah, so you pretty much had like lightning and snow. Your Arden episode. Yeah, I haven't even played the Arden episodes. The only one I played was the Glad. I played Glad episode, and I played some of the other dude, the shooter dude episode, but I didn't really get to finish the shooter dude episode of Final Fantasy 15. I should get back to that game one day and just play that game throughout again. Yo, Philip, what's good, man? What is up? But yeah, so this is the recent news here. They're in the final stages of development, and this is something, like I said, from last year. I was saying this many times. Like in this video right here, I'm gonna show you this video right here. It's a short video which I just uploaded, like some Grand Blue Fantasy relink, not Grand Blue Fantasy relink, but Grand Blue Fantasy Versus gameplay, and it spoke about the recent news that Yoshi P had with the letter, as far as like they can't deliver on showing Final Fantasy 16 in 2021, and then they said that they're going to show it in spring in 2022. And I was talking about here, like, yeah, I think this game is going to be released in 2022, just due to the fact of the things that this man has been saying. So we're going to go into the timeline here. And showcase why I think the game is going to come out in 2022. And I'm standing down on this, on my prediction of 2022 release date for Final Fantasy 16. Yo, Blade X, what's up, man? So here we go. This is the first bit of news where I was pondering here when it came to Final Fantasy 16, as far as like, okay, when is this game coming out? So back last year, we had an article from Yoshi PR, a whole bunch of these news sites stating that is Final Fantasy gonna be in Tokyo Game Show 2021. So it's saying here that Square Enix has confirmed its TGS show with Final Fantasy 16 possible release. You know what I mean? But this actual title is just a clickbait title. That's to pull you in, because he didn't say any of that in the article. Okay. So this article is saying here, this is where Yoshi P was stating that he would love to show Final Fantasy 16 at Tokyo Game Show, but it's not ready to be shown yet. So here's what he actually says in the interview. Yo, Donkey Kong, what's up, man? What is good? He says, really want to show something for Tokyo Game Show 2021, but we probably can't make that deadline. We definitely want to show it, but isn't it better if when we do, you're able to play it right after? Now, why would he say something like that during 2021, during this TGS interview, if this game is going to be there? Yo, the Macho channel, what's good, Macho? You know what I mean? Why would he say something like that? And a lot of people forget who we're talking about. This is not just respect to my man Nomura. You know what I mean? Nomura really and truly don't say comments like this pretty much. Nomura, you know what I mean? He's gonna be like, he want to say stuff, but I can't say stuff because this and whatever reason. You know, Nomura is gonna leave a little breadcrumb here and there, but he's not gonna come out and boldly say stuff like this. I think Yoshi P, especially after the rebirth of Final Fantasy 14, Yoshi P on his high horse. So when this man speak, you know what I mean? Like, yo, a lot of people is gonna listen to it, gonna respect it because what he has done when it comes to the, you know, Final Fantasy 14, that game in itself, with the Realm Reborn and all the DLCs and the expansions and all that stuff, right? He also added here, personally, I don't like it when small bits of info is released to string people along. Like I said, no more the breadcrumbs. I talked about this with the team and director, Takai-san. We want to reveal something where people would say, I want to play it now, release it now, and we can reply, sure, here you go. This was back in like September. Matter of fact, I think this was it before September? This was back in September. Yeah, September 1st. This was back in September when he said this. Possibly, he's stating that, yo, we're not going to be at TGS, but when we show this goddamn game, it's going to be ready to go. You're going to be ready to pre-order it. You're going to be ready to buy it. You know, hopefully come out soon, blah, 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 blah. Right? Now, let's push forward. This is a key note into my argument here of why this game is coming out in 2022. Right? This is a keynote. We're gonna constantly come back to this actual article. Then here in December, when we got this, December 27th, because we was promised actual Final Fantasy update within the 2020 1 year, right? So a lot of people was like, damn, it's not being shown at Tokyo Game Show. Maybe it's going to be shown later on because he has until December like 21st or something to show us the game like he promised back in June when the game was like revealed or whatnot. And matter of fact, he showed it. Matter of fact, he said it back in early 2021 that they got more to show as far as like a big blowout with Final Fantasy 16. And then here we got the message from the producer. He said, "Greetings, everyone. When last we spoke, I promised I would have more information on Final Fantasy 16 sometime later in 2021. However, I regret to inform you that I will be unable to keep that promise as complications stemming from the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has delayed the game development by almost half a year." So a lot of people was thinking that, oh, when he says this update, that means that's when the delay of the whatever news and development and all that stuff is happening. No, this is going on throughout the whole 2021. There's a reason why he couldn't show it in Tokyo Game Show. There's a reason why he couldn't show it in the summertime or Gamescom or stuff like that. It's a reason for all these things because COVID has pushed the development further almost half a year. Then he says here, yo, what's good, Don John Sean, what's good, man? Then he says here, as the latest edition of Final Fantasy series is being developed for the PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy 16 has amassed a sizable team composed of the talent creators from around the world. However, the effort to offset the effects of COVID, we have had to decentralize that workforce by permitting staff to tackle their assignments from home. This is unfortunate, hampering communication from the Tokyo office, which in turn has led to delays or in extreme cases, cancellations and offset deliveries from our outsourced partners. So yeah, you already know this update, all this stuff that he's saying here. Basically, couldn't get to show you the big bang out of Final Fantasy news that he promised in 2021. Due to the pandemic, and the pandemic has, staggered development when it came to the game. But the big important thing here, as far as what he's saying here, he said, so that leaves the question, when can we expect the next round of information? Well, I'm happy to announce our current plan is to conduct the next big reveal in spring 2022, as we seek to build excitement leading up to the game eventual release. A deep I deeply apologize to all of those who have been looking forward to learning more about Final Fantasy 16, and thank you for the continued patience while we focus our combined efforts on development. Well, I'm happy to announce the current plan is to conduct the next big reveal of spring 2022 as we seek to build excitement leading up to the game's eventual release. Now, you are to tell me that, you know, we're in 2022, we're in spring, we still haven't got any news yet, but we got some news, and according to him, he wants to build up the excitement leading up to that release. This is one of these build up excitement things where he did this interview for the 35th anniversary talking about, hey, we're in the final stages of development. We are in the final stages of development. I want to bring Final Fantasy fans back with Final Fantasy 16. This is the little news here. This is the little build up to excitement before release. Now let's go back in time once again to this interview here. Personally, I don't like small bits of information to release to stir people along. I talk about with a team and director, you know, Takai-san. We want to reveal something where people will say, I want to play it now, release it now, and we can reply, sure, here you go. So if we are to follow this man's words and what he has been saying, this man has been pretty transparent. You know, as you can say, he's been pretty transparent, right? Let me see did I lose anybody here? Did I lose anybody? Let me know if I lost you guys. Don't think twice. Don't think twice. Huh? So if we're leading up to release, and he's saying that the next big reveal is going to be in spring 2022, right? And the next time that he do showcase the game, he wants Final Fantasy fans to come back, wants people to say, I want to buy that now. Can I play it now? And he's going to respond, sure, here you go. So my understanding, my thinking is going to be, when the next time this game is being showcased, we're going to be able to pre-order the game. And I don't think the release date is going to be too long from when we are seeing the next big reveal of the game. That's my understanding from all the timelines, all the things that he's been saying here, from the Tokyo Game Show, little expert, from, you know, Final Fantasy, you know, news has been delayed here, but this is when you know, this is December stuff right here. And then the recent news here as far as the game is in final stages of development. Yo, Eric, what's up, man? Yo, Persona, what's good, bro? You know what I mean? I'm thinking here, whenever we see the game, hopefully we get the announcement in spring as promised. We're gonna be able to pre-order the game in probably a couple of days after it being, you know how PlayStation goes, our PlayStation runs. If we see the game on a Thursday, the pre-order is probably going to go up the following Tuesday. You know how PlayStation goes sometimes. It's very rare that they be like, I pre-order the same day. If it's pre-ordered the same day, it's going to be like later in the night or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I personally feel that with everything that Yoshi P has been saying with the game and the development process, he's been very transparent as far as what he want to do, what he want to say, how he wants to deliver the game. I'm not getting a 2023 vibe here when it comes to Final Fantasy 16. And I know a lot of people's gonna be like, yo, but Forspoken is coming out as well. You think that Square Enix don't want to launch, Final Fantasy within their 2022 quarterly, holiday quarterly earnings, so they can report that for the 2022 stuff, for their 2022 stuff? You know what I mean? A lot of people get caught up with the whole, oh, but they releasing this big game, they can't release this big game. December, from January, December, March would tell you that's kapui or kapui with PlayStation alone. The fact that they will launch Uncharted, Horizon, and Gran Turismo all in a matter of a couple of weeks. All of a sudden, Square Enix don't want to launch Forspoken and Final Fantasy 16 in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. What are we doing here? You guys are tripping if you think that. You know what I mean? Not saying that it won't happen or would happen, but I'm standing 10 toes down with what Yoshi P is saying. You know what I mean? Because if he was to show Final Fantasy 16 and say, oh, the game is coming out 2023, that's going against everything the man has been saying for the last couple of months. Wrong or right? You know what I mean? Wrong or right? That's going against everything the man has been saying for the last couple of months, from September 1st till now. It's going against everything that man is saying. Granted, there is some level of doubt that could be said here, because 2021 they did promise to showcase or give the next news of Final Fantasy 16, and that wasn't delivered. But it was also another promise that's going on here that in 2022 spring it's going to be showcased. But like I said, from following this guy and what he has been saying and what he has been doing, he's been very transparent and very, very true to his words when it comes to what he delivers, whatever game that he is a part of. You know what I mean? And I don't think that when it comes to Final Fantasy 16, that this was just all a show. You know what I mean? I don't think this was all a show. We want to reveal something where the people would say, I want to play it now, release it now, and we can reply, sure, here you go. I don't think this was a show. For those who have grown up and realized that reality isn't kind to you and have drifted away from Final Fantasy, we hope that Final Fantasy 16 will be the game that bring you back a new passion that you once had with the series. I don't think that's for show. The man's not for show. Yo, Slink, what's up, man? I'm gonna open the chat if you guys want to give your opinions and all that stuff. Like, I'm not against anybody believing that the game is gonna come out 2023. I'm not against that at all, because like I said, people can bring up really, really good points as well. I'm just cementing my points and why I feel that this game can come out in 2022 with what the producer and how the development team, what they want to do and say with the game. You know what I mean? I can only go off the words of the developer, then I can make my my own opinions from there. You get what I'm saying? But I do understand, a lot of people thinking that there's no way this can come out 2023. I just don't want people to believe that Square Enix just want to launch one big game, a new IP, you know what I mean, in 2022, and that's it. And just leave Final Fantasy 16 for 2023. I want people to not believe that. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't a big publisher want to put out their games when they can put out their games so they can quarterly reports, their yearly reports can look good, for their investors? I don't personally get why people think that. You know what I mean? That's like saying PlayStation is not going to release Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, Horizon Forbidden West, and Gran Turismo 7 all in a matter of weeks. Look what happened. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened, is what I'm saying. But If you guys want to come into the Discord, I'm gonna go into Discord right now because I definitely want to hear people's thoughts. You know what I mean? People's arguments, if they disagree or not. Or if I sound crazy. Do I sound crazy? Let me know. I don't know. Let me know. I might sound crazy. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm gonna be in Speak from the Heart open chat if you guys do want to come in. But just know, you better bring your A game because I'm out here. You know what I mean? But once again, like I said, I believe my man Yoshi P, man. I believe in Yoshi P. Yo, Macho said Square got an A. What you saying? I'm gonna say get your wallet and trigger fingers ready to pre-order. Yo, cause you know when that pre-order hit, yo, you know it's gonna go crazy. Like the collector's edition. You know, maybe they will have like a face plate for the PS5. I don't know, a controller. You know that junk gonna go crazy. Yo, T Harris, what's up, man? You know that junk gonna go. Yo, Henry Heck, what's good, bro? That junk gonna go crazy. That thing gonna ring. And yo, you like Macho said, you better get your wallet and that trigger finger ready, because if it's not ready, you're gonna miss that. You're gonna be on Twitter like, God damn it, I couldn't get the pre-order. Yeah, because you was thinking the game was coming out in 2023. Get that thing together. Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. You saying Square Enix has a big lineup for the rest of the year. Live or Live, Diafield Chronicles, Valkyrie Elysium Forspoken, Save Your Monies. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? The same thinking is like, why would they put all those games, you know, in a matter of weeks, right? Yeah, they're not bigger titles. They're probably smaller titles, and we have a new IP, but it's still, why wouldn't they want to release their games? There's many audiences that these games are going to appeal to. Personally, I never played Live or Live ever, so you know, knowing that it's coming to the States and we get to play, you know, a localized version of that game, of course that's going to be bought. Diafield Chronicles look good. Looks like a up-res version of Octopath Traveler. Valkyrie Elysium, the Valkyrie series in itself is like one of my favorite things to play. So that's an easy cop. Forspoken looks great for a new IP. The gameplay looks crazy. The world looks crazy. I can't wait to play that game and see what it's hitting for. You know what I mean? And then we have something that, you know, we grew up with, this series, Final Fantasy. You know, that, you know, hopefully this comes out as well. And that will cement Square Enix for 2022, a big year for 2022. You know what I mean? But to give an actual release date on when I think that the game is going to come out, this is my prediction right here. So this is something that I said on WUPS yesterday, where it's cemented in the ground. You know what I mean? I'm standing on my 2 feet, 10 toes down. And I do believe the game is either going to come out December 2nd or December 9th. If it's not December 9th, it's probably like December 6th or something like that, you know, the Tuesday, the original Tuesday. But I do think the game is going to come out in that time. But overall, I think the game is going to come out in 2022. Oh yeah, Star Ocean as well. Is Star Ocean 2022? Let me see. Flying Force, right? Oh yeah, that's supposed to stay 2022 as well. Star Ocean is slated for 2022 as well. So yo, Square Enix is on it. You know what I mean? Square Enix is on it right here, yo. And yeah, I'm a Star Ocean fan, so I'm definitely gonna buy this game. I thought it looked a little rough as far as, like, you know, the frame pacing, but overall I like the aesthetic of the game. The last Star Oceans I wasn't really like a big fan of, just due to like the main protagonist. I felt like he was like a third wheel within the story, not as important, and I don't like that when it comes to RPGs. That's like one of my big pet peeves, is like, okay, you have this main protagonist, but he's not an integral part to the story. He's just like, here's my point of view, you know, within the story. I don't like that at all. You know what I mean? I had an issue with that when it comes to Final Fantasy 12 as well, where Vaughn, I felt like Vaughn was a cool character, but his importance was very thin within the whole scope of the story of Final Fantasy 12. You know what I mean? The gameplay and everything was amazing, but you know, like I like protagonists to be like the main focal point. That's just a me issue. But with Star Oceans, what it was it 4 or 5? No, it was 5. I never really liked the main character of the story. I felt like it was like, you know what I mean? Integrity and the faithfulness, yeah. Yo, Jeff B Gaming, what's up, man? What is up? Yo, Ice Queen Gaming, what's up, Ice Queen? Yo, you said I can see Final Fantasy 16 releasing November, Forspoken October, God of War September. Possibly, you never know. I think Final Fantasy is a big enough game where it could release in November, because even didn't 15 release in November? It released like late November, and 15 sold well, regardless of all the Call of Duties and, you know, Battlefields that was in this motherfucker. You know, it sold well. I think it sold like 5 million within like the first month or something like that with 15, and that came out like November. I want to say late November it came out, probably the 29th or something like that. We can easily look that up. Yeah, November 29th, 2016. Yep. I mean, so I don't get why people are so against you know, 16 coming out in 2022. That being said, I can understand the reasons of why people think it come out in 2023. I can understand perfectly. But I'm just going off of what the producer is saying, not what everybody else is saying, basically. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much what I really want to highlight. If nobody want to come in and give their standpoint or their points, I'm just going to end it up right here. But that's pretty much what I want to highlight when it comes to this stream here, on why I think what I said on Saturday. You know, when I see these talking points here back from last year with Yoshi P, you know, when I see you know messages like this here, you know, we seek to build up excitement leading up to the game's eventual release. When I see the latest interview news here, you know what I mean, we're in the final stages of development. Hey, you know, that's going to further, in my opinion, it furthers my argument as far as why I think this game could possibly release in 2022. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate everybody that came through. You know, this was like a, you know, unannounced stream. I am going to do like a DNF duel like video. I'm not going to do like a stream today. I'm going to do a video where I'm going to be talking about, you know, the beta results as far as how people, you know, felt about the game and all that stuff. And a lot of people was bullshitting. Y'all think y'all slick. You know what I mean? Especially the Americas. Y'all think y'all slick. And I'm watching you I'm watching the American players right now. The European, the Japanese, the Asia crowd, you guys are cool. I saw y'all results. You guys were being honest. But the American crew, you're not being honest when it comes to that game. Yo, Kid Keys will say, yo, I think the marketing for 16 will ramp up in May. Oh, yeah. May is going to be the ramp up for a lot. Yo, May, this month right here, you're going to see a lot of videos, trailers, announcements for May. You're going to see a lot of that stuff. A lot, because this right here is announcement season. Especially when it comes to fighting games. This right here is announcement season for sure. You're going to see a lot of stuff being announced. But like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. If anybody want to discuss it more, just let me know. You know, we can, you know, do a live stream or whatnot and do that there. But appreciate everybody coming through. I'm about to get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. We are in May. Spring is in the air. Final Fantasy 16 news is coming soon. December. Know the vibe. Yo, Chuck, let me know if you want to be a part of that video, Chuck. Let me know, man. If you want to be a part of that video, Chuck, I would do a live stream for that. You know what I mean? Because Chuck, I think you've seen the results, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? You know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and understand where I'm coming from when I say that I think the game's gonna come out in 2022, and you know, given my December release date. But let me know. Boy J Bari, I'm gone. Deuces.